Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Achieve and Leave. We'll be playing our first games as Atletico Madrid manager today, and hopefully getting some decent results as well. We're looking to make moves in the transfer market also. Thank you for your feedback with regards to the various different things that we mentioned. Most importantly, I asked you whether I should or should not accept or negotiate a bid for Mario Balotelli. The general consensus was no. You would like me to keep Mario Balotelli at the club. However, you have asked me to add a couple of other players to the transfer list, which I have done. Those being, actually the goalkeeper situation, I've switched. I'm going to keep one of the younger goalkeepers who's lower rated and just use Oblak every single game and sell Adan because he's worth more to raise more money for future transfers. Going to sell Santiago Arias and Hiroki Sakai and bring in a new wing back as per your suggestions. And I'm also going to sell Luciano Vietto as well as bringing in a new striker. So Kalinic will hopefully go, Vietto will hopefully go. And then we've got Vitolo that's also worth a little bit of money. Then Sakai and Arias are worth a little bit of money, as well as Adan. We currently have about 68.24 million pounds available to us, with 230,000 pounds available in the wage budget. I mentioned I would primarily like someone to play at striker as a backup. I would like a centre-back, and I think that was generally all we needed to push forward. The general consensus was that I should keep Cesc Fabregas, because one of the issues we found at Chelsea last season was that we didn't have the quality in depth to compete in all competitions. I was having to play players like Billy Gilmore in the centre of midfield in my rotation side when fixtures got quite congested. As such, you've recommended that I keep hold of Cesc Fabregas this time around rather than selling him on. He might be declining in rating, but he's still going to be better than, you know, one of the other youngsters that I might play in that position. So we'll keep hold of Cesc. We'll do the same with Mensah. That way we certainly don't need to worry about centre mid at all. You've definitely said start Koke over Rodri as well. So we have Saul, Koke, Partey, Rodri, and then Cesc as central midfielders. We're fine there. Out wide, we have Thomas Lemar, Gelson Martins. We have Joaquin Correa, and I would like to sign another winger potentially, depending on how things go in the window. I could always use Griezmann out wide because he can play there, but it might be nice to have another winger once we've sold Vitolo on. General consensus at centre-back was, again, to perhaps continue along the same lines as we did with the Thiago Silva signing and use some of the ageing stars that we wouldn't necessarily get to use in a few seasons' time. So I've added a number of central defenders to the list that are about 30 years of age or approaching 30 years of age to come in as backup for Godin and Jimenez. Obviously, we do have Botteghin, but he's not going to be very good. So I'm looking for one, if not two, centre-backs. And then, like I say, we'll potentially replace a wing-back and sign a striker as well. I've also swapped Griezmann and Costa around. Griezmann to the left, Costa to right striker, as per your feedback. So on my shortlist, we have Edwards and Wagner, who I will be looking to bring in this window, as per your feedback. Looking to Kyle Walker for right back, to move Schalke as a backup wing back, to strengthen and sell Arias and that's why I'm selling Arias and Sakai. Then as centre back we have Hummels, Boateng. I've added Marquinhos just in case we aren't able to get any of the older guys. I've got Gerard Piqué there, although he is pretty slow, but I would consider Gerard Piqué because he is still pretty solid. Got Manolas on there as well. He's 28 years of age. And they're probably going to be the only 3 or 4 that I would consider at this stage. I do have a backup centre mid here in Giovanni Lo Celso if we decide to go and buy another centre mid maybe in January if we've got some money left over. And then with regards to striker, a few people were saying maybe try and bring Sergio Aguero back to Atletico Madrid. So I am considering that. I do have Luka Jovic here as a backup option as well. He's kind of more of the Diego Costa vein rather than Aguero, who's more similar to Antoine Griezmann. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But Wagner I'm going to try and sign now. And also Edwards I'm going to try and sign now. Okay, it won't let me. Because I called them up at the end of last season. Okay, we might have to wait till January to buy those guys. That's not a problem. We shall certainly do it at the first opportunity. We've not too busy a month with regards to fixtures in La Liga. Hopefully that's a transfer offer. No, well, it's confirmed that someone's left, so at least it's money raised. Interest shown in Edwards. Release fee paid for Francisco Montero. That's good news. He's not going to go. Dos Santos is sold, though. Carlos Isaac is sold. Well, oh, and a loan deal. I was going to say, if I can't buy him, surely no one else can. They're going to loan Henry Edwards there. Maybe I should loan him. Maybe I should loan those two instead. We'll see. Let's see if we can get them in on loan. Can we get them in on loan? We can. Okay, well, maybe we'll loan Henry Edwards and Wagner instead and then buy them permanently next year at our third club. We'll say 1 year. Might as well have them for the full year if we can. And they're happy to let him come to me. Wages, he's not on much at all, is he? So I'll offer a 50-50. And they should accept that. And indeed, they will. Good. Right, well, that's hopefully he'll choose us over... Was it Hanover? Hopefully he'll choose us, yeah, over Hanover 96. And fingers crossed we can get Wagner in on loan as well. I'll also try and pay about half, if not a little bit less, of his wages if I can get away with it. A 1 year loan. We'll obviously train them this season and then try and buy them wherever we end up going next year in season number 3. We shall counter with 60-40. And they might meet us in the middle of 50-50. And indeed they have. I'm quite happy with that. Right, our two most impressive youngsters from our time at Chelsea will be joining us. Let me buy a Scout Future Star as well. I can't remember whether I did that in this save or not. I don't believe I did. Let me check my U squad. Andrea Rossi. Was he my Scout Future Star? I can't remember whether I used him or not. It would have surely told me if I wasn't able to use one. Oh, he must be, because I've got the... Alright, never mind. We've just bought another Scout Future Star when we didn't need to. Not to worry. We can use that in another save or in the next season, perhaps. But, yeah, not the busiest of episodes game-wise. We'll play Oviedo. It's its first game of the season. And then we'll play Athletic Bilbao, because that'll probably be more of a test than Real Betis. And then we'll just see what we can do transfer-wise. I want to try and sell some more. Wagner's rejected the offer to come to us on loan. Okay. Unexpected. Joaquin's transfer talks are broken down. We have had a transfer offer from Roma for Sacco, which is above valuation. I shall try and negotiate about 12 million if I can. Does have a release clause of 19, but I really don't expect them to pay 19 million for a 22-year-old. I'll ask for 13, and they might come up and meet me somewhere halfway. 10.5. That's good. Can you meet me almost halfway there then and pay maybe 12? Oh my god. Right, will you pay 12? Go on, Roma, you've got some money. You had a good season. Good, lads. Right, that should be Sakai leaving us then. That will free up the money to potentially bring in someone like Kyle Walker and or a centre-back. A centre-back, actually, I'm going to try and sign now before we've actually made the other sales. Well, Jerome Boateng is valued significantly less than Mats Hummels. Hummels is obviously higher rated, but attribute-wise, Boateng is much better physically, and there's probably not too much difference between them in the tackling stats. And Hummels is better on the ball as well, which would suit my style of play more, but I think I prefer Jerome Boateng. So I'm going to try and sign him first, and if I can't get Boateng, then I will try and sign Mats Hummels. But we should be able to get Jerome Boateng for a decent fee. Obviously, we don't really want to spend too much too soon either if we're going to want to be looking to bring in a number of players. So signing Boateng for 10 million less than we would be signing Hummels would obviously mean that we have 10 million more to spend on a striker and or other positions in the squad. I shall counter at 26.5 and meet you kind of halfway, and if you'll accept that, that'd be great. Thank you very much, Paris Saint-Germain. Jerome Boateng is on 100 grand a week, I think it said, wasn't it? Or was it 125? I think it was on 100, and it was Hummels that was on 125. He was on 100. I'll say important, because he won't start every week. Obviously, you have Diego Godin still. 3-year contract is fine. Obviously, we're only going to be at Atleti for 1 year, so that doesn't matter to us. What does he want wage-wise? He's not going to say. Would you be willing to take a little bit of a wage cut, perhaps? And a signing bonus of $1 million. If not, just negotiate with me. They're quite happy to accept that. Done. We have a new, technically, rotation to start the season. Centre-back. I may look to sign another young centre-back as well, or younger centre-back. He's not young, Jerome Boateng, at 30 years of age. Makes me sad, considering I'm 30 years of age, having to think, oh no, that's not young at all. That means I'm old. Anyway, moving forward, let's see if we can get some more sales through. I may try and get Kyle Walker in before the sale of Sakai. Offer for Kalinic. I'm just going to accept that straight off the bat, because I don't know as I'm going to be getting many more offers, and I don't want to risk losing that potential deal by negotiating too high. An offer for another youngster, which we will accept straight away. And Diego Costa's back in training after his injury. Superb. See if we can get another sale done between now and a potential... Edwards is in. That's good. There's our other centre-back. Brilliant. That means we don't have to spend some more money on a centre-back, because we've young Edwards come in from Chelsea and he can certainly fill the void. That's worked out beautifully. Right. I'm really pleased with that. I shall add him to my training regime as well. We'll continue to train him. Won't be able to train Wagner now, obviously, but we shall continue to train him. And I am actually going to try now and sign Kyle Walker to come in and play at right back if I can. He's on 145 grand a week, which is a lot. But hopefully with further sales, we should be able to sign Kyle Walker. And then from there, a further... Actually, can I offer you Arias? Would you consider Santiago Arias as well? Yes, Arias plus money. That's good. I'm not going to pay you 26 plus Arias, though. How about 13? We can negotiate from there. But I really don't want to pay a big chunk of funds plus Arias. 26. No. So I'm basically losing a player that I could get about 15 or 16 million for to buy Kyle Walker. 26. Okay, I'm going to... I don't want to pay more than 20 million. Because obviously I could probably... If I offered just cash, I could probably buy him for about 24, 25, maybe. They're going to consider. What I might do is wait there, see if we get an offer for Arias, sell Arias, and then buy Kyle Walker for cash. Because I think that would offer the best financial solution for us. Transfer offer for Luciano Vieto. This one I will negotiate. He's only 25. I could probably get a little bit more for him. They've offered 11.4. I shall propose an offer of 15. There we go. And we'll see if they'll pay that. They might come up towards it. In fact, they'll pay 15. Thank you, Schalke. That's delightful. Kyle Walker transfer offer unacceptable. That's fine. I shall... If I negotiate, is it still going to have Arias in there? I'll reject for now. We can go back in for him a little bit later on in the window. I want to see if I can sell Santiago Arias first. Kalinic sold. Beautiful. Offer him for Tachi. Good. Hopefully he'll actually leave this time rather than talks breaking down, as has been the case with a couple of others. I'm going to advance a little bit more, but first I want to go... Oh, Sakai sold. That's good news. First I want to go and train Edwards. And Alabe sold as well. Great. Right, I'm going to go and train Edwards, and then I'll cut back to you when we've got some more transfer news. Transfer offer for Santiago Arias. This is exactly why we didn't continue on with that Kyle Walker deal. If I can sell Arias for about 17 or 18 million, maybe close to 20, maybe, then we might be able to get Kyle Walker at a better price, and that would save us money long term. 15.1. If I can get up to close to 18, that would be superb. 15.1 again. Okay, I will come down a bit because it's still going to offer us more financial freedom to go after Kyle Walker. And no, they're not going to pay 16.5. Okay, that's fine. We now know in future, if we get another bid, what we can or cannot demand for Santiago Arias. Release clause paid for Poveda. Vieto is sold. A transfer offer for Diego Godin from Manchester City that I shall reject. Obviously, I want to use Godin. That was one of the reasons why we haven't added him to the transfer list despite his age. If we were staying here long term, then I would sell Godin. But obviously, we're only here for a year, so I don't want to sell him. Moya wants to play in this game. Sorry, pal, that's not going to happen. Paveda's talks are broken down. Tachi's gone. Transfer offer from Bayern Munich of 47.7 for Koke, which I shall reject. He's staying, thank you, as one of my best players. We now have a game to play away from home against Real Oviedo. So I'm going to go and do that. We're still looking for a striker and a wing-back. Still got a few players elsewhere to sell as well. So Let's put Mensah on the bench, shall we? And then hopefully that should be us done for the transfer window. We can crack on with the season. We'll go and play Real Oviedo. I'd like to think we could win this first game of the La Liga season, and it should hopefully set a tone for the rest of the year. Here's Johannesson for Oviedo into Tejera. Koke does brilliantly. Thought it was going to be Saul that did the majority of the defensive work in midfield, but Koke did really well there. No sign of Lamar on the overlap there, annoyingly. Otherwise, we might have been in down the left-hand side. And Oviedo have the ball back. We did do, briefly, a series with Oviedo. I can't remember whether it was FIFA 17 or FIFA 18. I think it was 17. It didn't necessarily go too well for us. I ended up stopping it halfway through. But they are a relatively capable side. But we should hopefully be able to deal with them. Saul played in by Diego Costa. Greaves was making a good run. We could maybe look for Diego Costa again here. Chelsea Martins will do so, and Diego doesn't give us a 1-0 lead. Keeper's come for this. He's not gotten to it. Diego can get this down and then shoot and only find the side netting. Diego, yeah, you might well be annoyed at yourself there, mate. Yes, you had a couple of defenders closing you down, but you've absolutely bottled that. Should have gotten that on target. Should be 1-0 up. Lanis, well, that's loose. Very loose for Salco to Koke. Forward there to Saul. To Diego. We'll look for Griezmann. Diego. Saul. Lovely footwork. Oh, no finish. Tom Lamar, though. Offside. Tucks it home really well from a narrow angle, but it was the wrong side of the defensive line. Saul desperately unlucky not to have given us a 1-0 lead there. It was a really good move. Can we win that header? We can't. Should win that one. We haven't. Saul Bajon. Well, if anyone's going to win a foot race, it's going to be Gelson Martins, isn't it? There's not many people in the league that are quicker than Gelson Martins, but they've played that about really nicely, Oviedo, and they might be about to have a chance to go 1-0 up themselves. Salco can't get rid of that, and the ball is back into the middle, but thankfully Luca Hernandez is there. We can utilise him at centre-back as well, if needs be. That's where they've been playing him in real life this year, Atleti. So in FIFA 20, we might see Luca Hernandez defaulting as a centre-back rather than a left-back, but for now, I'm going to play him at left-back. I played him at left-back on Ultimate Team, and I thoroughly enjoy using him there, so I'm going to continue to do that here in this save. Trying my best to break them down. They're quite difficult to break down, Oviedo. As you can see, you get the ball up towards Griezmann and Costa, and then just kind of run out of space and ideas. Got that into Griezmann. Pull it back there to Diego. It's deflected off Thomas Lamar and out for a corner. Lamar will take the corner himself. It's whipped in well. Griezmann's underneath this, but it's punched away by the keeper. Gelson Martins isn't going to get to that. Luca Hernandez does. Here's Koke. Forward there looking for Diego. Good hold-up play. Griezmann on his right foot. Blocked again. Dominating this game so far, but haven't yet found the goal to give us the 1-0 lead. Saul to Lamar. There's Griezmann. Give that to Diego. Oh, come on, Diego. Liven up. Got to be ready for that. Well done, Griezmann. He's done well there, Antoine. Diego, nice turn. Round the corner there to Saul. Oh, and Lamar can't get to it. We're still looking for that goal to go 1-0 up. Half an hour only is remaining in the game. Koke to Saul. Here's Griezmann. Lamar around the outside. It's just been constant pressure, but no goal so far. Might make a change. See if we can freshen things up a little bit. Maybe a little bit more attacking intent with Mensah on in central midfield. Joaquin Correa can come on for Gelson Martins, who's not really done much for me so far. And whilst Diego has been my better striker, I'll still leave Griezmann on the field and we'll give Mario Balotelli a run out and see if he can do the business. Okay, around there to Balotelli, drop deep. Lamar's on the run, but I won't use him yet. Griezmann hasn't made any decent runs for me. He's just always in front of all the defenders. Lovely footwork from Mensah. Terrible shot from Bernard Mensah. Oh, good opportunity that, to give ourselves a 1-0 lead. Can we get to that loose ball? We can. Right, now, Antoine. Now's your moment. Onto your left foot. And... oh, off the post. Twice we've hit the woodwork now. We've also hit the side netting and had a goal disallowed. It just doesn't seem like it's our day here. I'll look for Lamar first. Oh, looking to get Balotelli in, but cleared away by the defender. 2 to go now. Thought it might take a little while to adjust to the side here at Atleti, and that might be the case. And that shot from Koke was just diabolical. They really have nerfed finesse shots, haven't they? That was god-awful. Good header. Balotelli will bring that down. Griezmann spins well. Got runners around him. Can he use any of them? Mensah forward for Balotelli. Balotelli's the saviour. In stoppage time, we are to get a victory in our first game as Atletico Madrid manager. And the man that you told me to keep because he could make an impact, makes an impact. Mario Balotelli gives Atletico Madrid a 1-0 lead in the last minute. Griezmann, good hold-up play. I'll give him credit. Balotelli into his stride and finishes well. Atleti 1, Oviedo 0. Finally, our pressure pays off. We won't lose ground on Barca or Real early doors like initially I thought we might have done when it got to the 90th minute. But we do get the victory. How many shots did we have in that game? 13. Only 5 on target. That was the issue, although we did hit the woodwork twice and the side netting. Could have won that by 4 or 5. We'll simulate the next one against Real Betis and then play the game at the end of the month against Athletic Bilbao. But first, let's go and train young... I didn't actually save the preset. Okay, I'll go and train the young winger and then we can crack on. Another transfer offer for Santiago Arias. I will negotiate again, but this time I shall be more willing to accept a slightly lower bid. It's AC Milan that are coming in from this time, not Inter. And I'll start at 18.5. They might come up to about 15. Oh, they'll just pay 18.5. Why couldn't Inter Milan have been that willing to negotiate? Thank you, AC Milan. Right, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a long old negotiating slog there, but evidently it was simpler than that. Real Betis up next. We shall simulate this and hopefully get a victory away from home. Starting the full strength side. Might give Jerome Boateng a game or two in the opening few months of the season, specifically with the Champions League arriving sooner rather than later. Luca Hernandez gives us a 1-0 lead just before the half hour, and we might take that lead all the way till half time. In fact, we've built on it because Diego Costa adds a second after 43 minutes. It looks like it's going to be back-to-back victories in La Liga for us. 3-1, they pull one back, but Diego Costa makes it... 2-1, they put it back, and Diego Costa makes it 3-1 less than 60 seconds later, and we are to get another victory in La Liga. Superb. Of course, we are wanting to fight on all fronts this season, so trying our best. I don't know why it would still potentially let me train Wagner. I wasn't able to get him, was I? He rejected the loan bid. I don't know why Wagner is still there on my training preset, unless it just would then tell me that I can't use that one because he's not at the club anymore. Because Wagner rejected the loan offer, didn't he? Pretty sure. Yeah, he's not at the club. I don't know why it still lets me... It still might let me train him. That's odd. Anyway, let's get that Santiago Arias deal over the line. And then we can go and sign Kyle Walker and maybe, just maybe, get Sergio Aguero as well. I have the international manager's job offered to me by England. Now, we're in 2019. It's season 2. So I would, at the end of this season, be able to take England to Euro 2020. It was mentioned in the comment section, which was a very good idea, that perhaps I should take an international management offer to try and win a World Cup. Well, it wouldn't be a World Cup with England, it would be the Euros, but should I accept that bid? It should stay there past the end of the month. So I will leave that open to you. In fact, I'll put a little vote in the top right on the little I symbol. Vote yes or no, do I or do I not take the England manager's job and take them to Euro 2020? We'll advance a little bit further. Still waiting on confirmation of the Santiago Arias deal, which hopefully will get finalised as we move on to transfer deadline day. It's just telling me about players leaving on international duty, which is quite annoying. Hopefully that deal gets done by the time we get back from this game against Bilbao, and then we should have enough to go and get Aguero and Kyle Walker as well. Still waiting for transfer offers for Adan and Vitolo, so we could use them as make weight as well. But starting against Athletic Bilbao next. Right, Bilbao have Simon in goal. They're playing a 4-3-3. Bershish, Martinez, Udakai, and I missed the left back. Garcia, and Lopez in the midfield. With Galeno, Marino, and Munoz at top. That's nowhere near as strong as I expected Bilbao's starting 11 to be. I don't know what to expect from this one. Athletic Club normally are a very strong side that will give you all sorts of problems, but they appear to have lost a number of their best players, or at least they're not playing in this game. That was poor. So perhaps this might be a little bit more straightforward. So out wide, looking looking for Luca Hernandez. Tom Alamar's in behind. Playing in over the top. Hara can't deal with it. Oh, lovely ball in. Punched away by the keeper. Win this header, please. Raul Garcia was able to win the aerial battle. Formerly of Atleti, of course, Raul Garcia. Inigo Munoz down the left-hand side. Looks to play in Raul Garcia against his former team, but not found. That's poor from Jose Maria Jimenez, but thankfully it's also poor from the athletic man as well. Griezmann looking to try and find Saul, who will find Gelson Martins. Catch me, mate. Good luck catching Gelson Martins when he's played in behind. That is 1-0 Atletico Madrid in the 12th minute. Pretty scrappy at the back and at the front for them, but in the end we catch them on the counter, and once Gelson Martins has space, it's game over. That's 1-0. Dani Garcia.
The ball here under some pressure.
Out to Hara. Oh, nearly taken off him by Lamar. Luca Hernandez, nutmegged, wins the ball back and then gives it away again. Oh, that's looping. Oh, dipped as well and had me worried. Had Oblak jumping too. Bloody hell, that wasn't far away at all, actually. It would have been a pretty unorthodox way for them to equalise, but it would have been a really nice flicked on header. Lamar gets that under control well. We'll get it to Diego. We'll look for Gelson Martins, who will go around the corner here looking for Griezmann. Push around the outside, dart back inside, but there's just too many defenders. I've swapped them around, actually. I've put Griezmann on the right and Costa on the left, just to try them the other way around. I did well with Costa in the first game, but wasn't really able to use Griezmann much or get the best out of him. So I'm going to try them this way around now for this game and see if I get, oh, that was a terrible tackle. And the referee's not even going to give a foul. All right. I'm going to try them the other way around and see if I can get a little bit more out of Antoine in this game. Oh, Gelson Martins too quick for his own good there. So hopefully we'll find out the best way to use Griezmann, because I haven't really clicked with him yet, but I'm sure I will. I mean, he's 90 rated. He's incredible. And we're just going to drive at goal here and then give that a whack, looking for the bottom corner. It's a good save down low by Unai Simon. See what we could do with the corner from Lamar. Lots of tall people in there, one of which is Saul, whose header was well connected, but also well saved. Koke to Costa. Turns well. Around the corner looking for Tom Alamar. We'll go back to Diego Costa.
Got in well for the chance and couldn't quite supply the finish.
Some of these finesse shots really aren't very accurate at all, are they? Oh, although that only just missed the post. Finishing with Diego Costa and Griezmann so far isn't that good. Haven't yet figured out how best to tuck the ball away with them. Once I get clinical with them both, I have a feeling we might be scoring a hell of a lot of goals this season. Diego Costa with good footwork. He'll look for Griezmann through the gap, but not find him. And that'll be half-time. Nice ball over the top to Galeno. Just beating the offside trap, it seems. And a good cross too. Oh, and it reaches Roa. Good save by Oblak. Luca Hernandez caught underneath it. Needed the goalkeeper to be on point there. Raul Garcia will deliver the corner for Athletic Bilbao. And we'll head that way, hopefully, and Saul does well. That's the closest they've come to a goal so far, Bilbao. They've not been as bad as I expected this team to be, but they still haven't really threatened much. If we can limit them to just that one chance, then I'm certain we'll come away with 3 points. Raul Garcia, lovely through ball looking for Galeno. Strike from him as well. He had to hit that first time because Luca Hernandez was right there with him. Still looking for that equaliser, Bilbao. They've not given up yet. There's still just under half an hour to go. Taking Griezmann off for Mario Balotelli now. And bringing on Thomas for Saul as well to give him his first appearance under the Chesnoid gaming regime. See if he can impress. We'll see if Mario can get on the score sheet again. It's all Bilbao at the minute, though. I'm certainly on the back foot. They're having a good spell of pressure here. Schalke. Actually go inside there looking for Thomas. Diego will help it round the corner to him. And Thomas Partey's in behind here. Not necessarily renowned for his goal scoring. And that's why. I tell you what, some of these finesse shots, really questionable. Really, really questionable. They might have nerfed it a little bit too bad. Because that and Koke's one in the first game, they've ended up spinning the wrong way. They've come off their instep so horribly. Just disgustingly poor shots that you really wouldn't expect even a League 2 player to be putting in. I wouldn't expect that sort of finishing from my team in the RTG, let alone Atletico Madrid. Costa. trying to get it to Lamar. It does actually work. Thomas Partey with good footwork there. Balotelli help it across here to Koke. Will drive into that space and let fly with a driven effort. It's a good save by Unai Simon. He's done that a couple of times this game to keep them in it, but he can't keep them in it any longer. It's another 1-0 victory. Again, creating enough chances to perhaps win the game by a little bit more. I just need to start being clinical with my finishing, with my strikers, and then I'm certain we'll be winning games by bigger margins. Still waiting for confirmation of that Santiago Arias deal. Manolas has gone to Paris Saint-Germain. Aouar has gone to Bayern Munich, and Sergio Roberto has gone to Tottenham. Obviously, Manolas coming in for the outgoing Jerome Boateng, who's come to me. I do have enough money to go and get Kyle Walker off my own back, so I will try and do that now. And then I'm going to go for... What? You let me bid for him earlier on. Is that because Sergio Roberto has been sold? Because I swear Sergio Roberto was at Man City in this save. No? How could... Well, that's annoying. Because I sold Santiago Arias and I've sold Sakai as well. So now I need another right back. For fuck's sake. Right, let's try and get Aguero instead then, shall we? And then once the others are sold, then we'll go for a right back. Have to have a rethink there. Maybe I'll go for someone like Alessandro Florenzi or someone like that. Let's offer a transfer fee for Aguero. Actually, can I go for a player swap? Is there anyone else I could use? Arias is in the process of going. Goalkeeper-wise, I'll try and use the Dan. Do you want a Dan? I don't want a Dan. Fullback or a centre-back. I'll offer another position or a striker. If I've got any strikers, I'd be willing to let go. Well, yeah, a couple of shitters. Do you want any of them? They do. Oh, okay. Proposed new transfer fee, though. I really don't want to pay 80+ million for Sergio Aguero. I shall offer you 60. 60 million for Sergio Aguero? 83.9. Let's come down a bit, shall we, lads? How about 65? I've come up in chunks, but hopefully they'll come down in chunks as well. No, they're staying about the 84 million mark. Come on, he's 34. Let's not beat about the bush. He's 34 years of age. You can't be asking for 84 million for a 34-year-old. 72.1. Thank you for actually showing some common sense and coming down a bit. 72.1. Will you accept 70? Yes, they will. Just, well, I didn't accept the counter offer of 84, isn't it? Negotiate then with Sergio Aguero to bring him back to Atletico Madrid. He wants a crucial squad role. I will accept. His wages are going to be astronomical, but we should be able to afford them. Hopefully he'll be willing to take a wage cut to come back home, so to speak. Oh, he is willing to take a wage cut, and a significant one at that. I'll remove the bonus to save myself that. Will you accept £140,000 a week plus... Done, mate. If you're willing to take 100 grand a week pay cut to come and join me, you are more than welcome. Sergio Aguero is back at Atletico Madrid. That is absolutely superb. He won't start yet, but I have a funny feeling he might be in the starting lineup sooner rather than later. As soon as we get the confirmation of the Santiago Arias sale, which should be this email. No, it's an offer for Vishalko. Reject. As soon as we get confirmation of the Arias sale, I will go and buy another wing-back. Is this confirmation of the Arias sale? It's a transfer offer for a Dan. I'll take it. I'll negotiate a little bit. We'll try and get slightly more if we can, although he is 32, so I can't be asking for too much. Will you give me 15? Hopefully that should be just a quick negotiation and they'll jump to that. Good, lads. Thank you, Eddie Howe. You know how to do business. Right. I don't recall an email saying the Arias deal had fallen through. Let me just double check before I go too far. I don't recall the Arias deal falling through. It should still be in the process of... Yeah. Oh, he rejected contract terms. Okay. Well, maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait then until January to sign a right back if Arias is going to stay for the time being. Transfer offer for Johnny. 19.2, but we'll reject that. I want to keep Johnny at the club. Okay, well, Santiago Arias will stay then for the time being. Vincent Kompany's gone to Napoli. Adan's sold, though. That's raising some more funds. We'll be able to see exactly what we've got left for January at the end of the episode. 3 hours left. Danny Carvajal's gone to Manchester United. He might have been an option for us at right back, although I'm pretty sure actually right back from Real Madrid wouldn't come to Atleti, not directly anyway. Release clause paid for Montero. That's good. A loan offer for Axel Werner, the young goalkeeper that I shall accept. And with just an hour left, I shall give you the rundown of what's happened in this window then. So, Athletic Bilbao, Galeno, Urukai, Roa and Fulkrug in. Galeno, Urukai and Roa played against me in that last game. Yerai out. We've spent 96.5 million and made 69.8. We will certainly be doing more deals in January though. Alaves have done a bit. Barcelona have signed Q and Trippier, Hector Bellerin and Pereira. All the wing-backs. Sergio Roberto, Nelson Semedo and Sergio Busquets going out. So they've sold a couple of wing-backs as well. Let's have a look at just the other big sides in the league. Not really fussed about the minimal or the lesser sides. Hulk in at Betis. I'm not sure which Hulk that is. Benzema, Teo Hernandez and Danny Carvajal out at Real Madrid with no incomings. That's interesting. Made a lot of money at Real Sociedad with Minamino coming in and Orta also. With Yaramendi on his way out though. Sevilla signed Simeone, Kirkchu and Sonny with Fernandez going out. Valencia have done a lot of business. Mendy, Gomez and Trapp in with Zaza, Vezo, Rodrigo, Jaume and Torres going out. Big window for Valencia. Transfer talks breaking down for a couple of others, probably just because they ran out of time. Loan move rejected. Transfer talks broken down. Right, let me know about the England international job on that vote. And we can go from there. 74 to 94, that has potential. With regards to my scouts, I did what one of the highest, that has potential as well. What one of the highest recommend or what one of the highest vote thumbs up comments was, and I sent the scouts to their home nation. So the Japanese scouts gone to Japan, Saudi scouts gone to Saudi Arabia, etc., etc. New Zealand scout went back to New Zealand. So I've never done that before. So we'll see if they actually come up with anything. We might have a couple of potentials in Japan and New Zealand. That's going to be a no, though. 71 to 94. The other guy was valid at 220, but his potential was lower, so that was why I rejected it. We'll wait and see then from there. Right, do I accept that England international job or do I not? The answer will be decided upon by you guys. We shall train Rossi. Should go up to 59 rated now and has. I'll quickly give you a rundown of what else has happened in this window with regards to the other clubs. You've seen a number of the sizable deals so far as we've mentioned them in passing. But I'll give you a quick transfer history breakdown. So sort by highest fee. So Sergio Aguero coming to us is the biggest deal of the entire window. Danny Carvajal to Manchester United, the second. Manolas went to Paris Saint-Germain. Gonzalo Higuain has gone to Bayern Munich, as has Aouar. Sergio Roberto to Tottenham, Pizzi to Tottenham, Rodrigo to Manchester United, Iliaramendi to Lyon, Chervi to Arsenal, Under to Villarreal, Nelson Semedo went to Dortmund, Haller to Everton, Rudiger to AC Milan, Benzema to Liverpool, Doucouré to Dortmund, Mahmoud Dahoud to Lyon, Gomez to Valencia, Hector Bellerin to Barcelona, Agustin to Everton, Marcos Alonso to Bayer Leverkusen, we signed Jerome Boateng, Ricardo Horta to Real Sociedad, Nastasic to Leipzig, Mendy to Valencia, Selke to Burnley, Husai to Arsenal, Sanabria to Leicester, Ben Davies to Liverpool, Simeone to Sevilla, Lascelles to Bournemouth, Diaz to Villarreal, Gabamin to Leipzig, Onana to Napoli as goalkeeper, Upamecano to Getafe, Zuma to Roma. Loads of big name signings transferring across. Luca Alario has gone to Southampton, Rekic to Wolfsburg, Loftus-Cheek to Fiorentina, Zivkovic to Inter Milan, Trippier to Barcelona, Bakayoko to AC Milan on a permanent now rather than just the loan, Kolasinac to Paris Saint-Germain, so Arsenal sending a number of wing-backs. Nathan Ake to Hoffenheim, Yere to Cairn, Zappacosta to Galatasaray, Toprak to Newcastle, Vezo to Sampdoria. Bloody hell, I almost ran out of breath there. Right, who do we have this month? Does the Champions League start? It does. We've Dinamo Zagreb in our group, as well as Inter Milan and PSV. It's going to be difficult between ourselves and Inter, but certainly a qualifiable group. And on paper, an easier month of September as well. So fingers crossed we should be able to maintain our 100% record so far in the save. We shall wait and see. For now, though, that's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Continue to leave me your suggestions for a right-back option now, as it looks like we aren't going to be able to go and get Kyle Walker, frustratingly. I shall try and get Walker again in January. Otherwise, we shall have to look elsewhere, and your suggestions will come into play there. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check the channel page for anything you may have missed. The CM RTG continuing on daily, of course, another episode of this on Saturday and Sunday upcoming. But for your Thursday evening, that's all from me. I'll see you next time.